Gonna come out. That flash is gonna catch two as Viper and UC Death lock down the OBJ, and Zarek, the final one, rushes through the door with no time left and gets killed. Boss fight, take that.
It's your man, Pooh Nanners, your Texas caster and hype master.
And your caster extraordinaire with the copper-toned hair, I'm Sleepy.
Oh, yes, we've got ourselves a long show again for you today. Man, Trip just goes above and beyond. The captains are really bringing out all of those clips for us. We're going to have ourselves a great time. We've got Vivian in our ear, working the magic on the director side, making sure that our screens show up the way we need them to. So let's just get kicking. We didn't have any descriptions for the Divided versus Riot, but these teams did submit a ton of clips.
Yes, they did.
I believe you and Trip casted this match, and y'all said it was like an absolute banger, right? So we're going to have a good time checking these out. Let's jump right into it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
In our
Click
first
the
clip,
button 8 times.
click, clip! And in our first clip, we're going to see an excellent grenade from Neox coming way from South Center. An excellent grenade.
Yeah, it's like they drop a grenade like they're dropping an axe. I like it.
Next, we're into our clip here as Cap is going to actually come ahead and find two to help finish out this round. And he pops down, and he runs around, but Cap will take the shots through the pallets and get the kill.
Well done. Well done.
Now, Cap v TFH, and TFH with a shield is going to be in a great shield battle that goes on for way too long, but ends in a trade, and the Divided with one man still left up do take the round.
Like he's trying to do surgery with that thing.
Yeah, there was some pretty crazy shield plays here, and then Cap from the side of the Divided is going to be able to find two for the price of one on the West Market. They just so happen to be like lined up perfectly as he made the shots, and was able to pick up two very, very quickly there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep, it did. And their next one is going to be entitled Onward Lemmings. Lemmings have a lot. Lemmings have been happening a lot, and we should make a lemming clip of the week. I don't think that was actually a clip description, folks. I think that was just a suggestion for me. But anyways, I agree. Lemmings have been happening a lot lately. Basically, it's where you just walk out on a corner where you just either watched your friendly team member die on, or you walk up on a body that has already been killed there, and you just go ahead and decide to take the corner anyway. So that's the whole reference to the Lemmings here, but that's pretty much what we got. As you can see, those two Marstock bodies laying right on top of each other.
He's going to go for it? That's what we're doing? Come on.
Does he?
Come on, give us the next one. Come on.
I don't think the clip covers the next one, so we're just going to go ahead and move on from here. In our next one, Project 8 VR, the man who put together a pretty awesome clip, which we might be able to get to later. We'll just have to see. He's going to find three here.
You're supposed to say spoiler alert, man.
No! But he doesn't find the last one, and Riot will find the round.
Moving on.
But moving on for our next one, we're going to go ahead and leave the sound on, at least for now.
Those call-outs.
He's just getting info. He's just farming information right now with that shield. Because I'm sure he's seeing TFH's head pop up there, here and there in that stairwell.
1 minute left.
So as you can hear, myself and Trip
he just told
are
every single person on his team what they're supposed to do
amazed
when the action starts to happen. I mean,
at exactly
that's
what Trip
impressive.
just did.
Like being able to do battlefield command.
You know, drones are underpowered when that kind of recon is doing all the work.
Yeah, in our next clip, TFH is going to show us just how deadly he is with a pistol and a shield, but unfortunately, he's going to show it.
He just gave that shield to someone else.
Yeah, but the first person that he shot was his teammate, and that was a beautiful shot right to the head, but it was his teammate.
Moving on.
Then he loses the shield to the enemy team, and that'll be the end of that one. The next one we should have left sound on for, because it did end up having a little bit of funny banter back and forth here between the players. Turbo D16 can actually pin Cap inside.
Also going to be suppressed a little bit. Snooper Fax on the outside. He's going to be.
I was hoping to hear it, but it didn't work out.
No, yeah, a little too late in the clip. Snooper Fax rushes in and finds Cap inside. Now this one is Triple Nipples Play of the Week here. It's going to be Snooper Fax taking home the title this week.
Trip now.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Trip. He wants to be family friendly, I guess, even though he is not a family friendly person. But
He's
anyways,
rebranding.
this clip takes a long time to set up for a little bit, so that's why we're being a little wily. But as you can see, Snooper Fax getting ready to come in on the backside. He's found 1, he's found 2, and 3, just like that. Snooper picks up
Triple
a
kill.
Exactly, a nice triple there on the map.
Or should it be a nipple kill at this point?
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's a triple nipple kill. TFH is going to be trying to make up for his earlier team killing with the shield with an impressive little shield play here on Cargo for the match point, realistically. He does find a kill on the Project 8, and then an insane kind of back and forth chase down happens here at the end.
Yeah, exactly, man. And I believe you have something else for us to check out? Something you teased?
Yeah, yes, I did. Spoilers alert, I teased something earlier, and now I'm going to show it to you. Because that's just who I am, and I love you. So the Divided actually sent us this really sick highlight reel this week, and we want to encourage other teams, if they want to do this, or reach out to us to have us maybe throw something together. If you have clips you can send to us to do it, please let us know.
Everything, but he goes down to a nade from Neox.
Now Zandria's inside. He's made his way into the room. He's got Tablet out, but no, Nalik going to be able to find the shot for the cap. That's just, you're going for unnecessary risk. A lot of grenades coming in now. That one, though,
There we go.
gets 2 under the door. Actually, that could be me that's confused. He could have been checking his tablet to see if his teammate died. And I thought it was him checking for a cap. He does find 2 picks very quickly, though. He could still get this. 20 seconds left. And the trade comes out. Corner.
Oh,
no!
headshot Drake.
Kill, another kill from Divided will come out as well. Things are just falling apart all over the place. We are seeing Divided pull out the aggression here, and Snooper Fax is going to take down Zandria. What is going on here with Riot and their team killing here on the last map? Game Reaper standing here waiting. He will find Turbo. He will turn and find Snooper.
Wow.
I like that perfect use of music just slightly too loud. It's very true to life as far as movies go.
Yeah, it is. Especially lately, I found that a lot of studios, editors keep doing that, turning up the music unnecessarily and turning down the dialogue to where you need caption.
I made a tweet about that a while back. I was like, you know what? Hey, Netflix, can you just do this so that your audio has like 3 different channels, just like it does in video games, where you have like dialogue, sound effects, music. Just let me control those. The Divided win the series 11-8, as the scoreline basically dictates. It was as exciting as that highlight reel showed us. And as Sleepy said, we want more of this stuff from you. Moving on, as the director has said, 2 Legionnaires versus Fury. We did not have a description for this match, so as all I know is that we have a bunch of clips to cover, or at the very least, 5? Let's take a look.
Yeah, 5's about right. And the first one's going to start off with Evolution pulling out some interesting mechanics, so we're going to leave him for a minute. We'll be back, don't worry.
Somebody takes a little bit to set up.
It does, especially this objective. You know, you're double down. You're in the very sub-basement of the basement. You've got an objective with 2 entryways on each side of it, but a lot of places for the defense to kind of hide out and hole up. And, you know, Fury's trying to get their bearings here on the map. You can see here
They know
a
where
couple
they're
of
coming
members
from, though. They know which
beginning
way
to
to
push.
look.
Oh, absolutely. There's only 3 ways you can come into this area, so Legionnaires definitely know what to do. The smokes come out, but then all of a sudden on the other side of the subway, things break up, and Evolution manages to find 3 before he's eventually picked up with, I believe, was a kill from across the map.
It occurs to me where that pillar was is that they could probably bank a grenade off of it to get where the guys are hanging out near the uplink. I wonder if someone's tried that.
It's pretty difficult. Grenade throwing downstairs in general is pretty tough. After this, we've got a refrag after refrag as Fury pushed the objective, and the Beast is going to end up all by himself and not really sure what to do. Here comes the first one. There's the first refrag. Alvegas and Evolution will trade. Shots ringing out. A lot of frags coming out now. Eric and Crimson going to face off. Crimson finds the headshots onto Zarek now. Here's the retrade. Kagan finds GT4. And the next
Light 'em up.
refrag will be Crimson onto Kagan. From there, we'll have DMT onto Crimson. The Beast onto DMT. And now the Beast is, like the clip said, all by himself, left alone with no idea what or who or where to go.
Well, he has one job, right? You have one job. Do your job.
That's right. And then following up on the last clip, the award for most time spent on objective goes to the Beast. 20 seconds just hanging out, and then finally getting a kill onto that last defender.
Anything worth doing is worth doing slowly, I think.
Yeah, I guess so, especially on that Legionnaires roster. They are known for taking it slow, baby. Anyways, Legionnaires are going to not be taking it as slow here. They're in full force as they've already managed to take down 4 members of Fury, and the last one's going to come just rushing in, bombarded into the hallway. No, he's a little hesitant at first. Oh my god, but he runs into the firing squad, and that does not work out well for him. Legionnaires take the round. Now, in this next one, in what looks like a great play from and a cap to come in from Fury, turns into a loss because, as Trip says, Crimson spent too much time typing and not enough time killing. Well, Crimson, you can tell Trip that he's not doing enough time camera working and too much time talking, because all he did was shoot smoke for 6 seconds. So you tell him that.
But the smoke is beautiful. I mean, we've been covering this game for a few seasons now, and even in just that amount of time, I mean, those of us who started playing Onward in the beginning as well, when it was only on Steam, the same thing. Like, we've watched this game grow beautifully, and the smoke and the post processing and the shaders that are now in the game, you just sometimes you just have to stop and look.
Yeah, you just have to stop and smell the flowers, of course.
Yes, another close round. Legionnaires win the series over Fury 11-8. As it said, no description about this game, but I think it was one worth a description. So, team captains, get on that. After your matches, just jump in there, drop in a description, start ripping through clips. Ask your guys what was a play they want to go for. Dig in there and drop it out. I know you'll be tired. I know you might be excited if you just won. Hell, if you just lost the match, you can clip it and write it in such a way that it looks like you won, and if the other guys submit nothing, it'll certainly sound that way. Moving on, as the director has said, to Animal House versus Mayhem. They wrote us quite the write-up here, but with absolutely no clips, so I'm going to read the whole thing. So this will teach you whatever you write. I am going to read. Mayhem were concerned going into the match against Animal House. They had some poor performances in the last few weeks and just came off a loss to Silent Purge in the Button Cup. To make things worse, Potato was held up at work, and Mayhem went into the first map with a second reservist picked up only minutes before the start of the match. It's difficult enough not having your full team there, but 2 reservists, things were about to get interesting. So on the first map, Bazaar ended up, I'll just spoil it for you. 4-1 went to Mayhem. But Animal House kicked off the game with a solid round 1 victory. Things weren't looking good for Mayhem, considering that Animal House was a 100% win rate on Bazaar. However, Mayhem swung back hard on round 2 and never let up as they proceeded to dominate the subsequent rounds. Then map 2, that's Downfall, daytime. Mayhem continued their dominance, winning the first 3 rounds to earn 7 unanswered points until a defensive hiccup caused Animal House to score a win in round 4. At this point, Mayhem had a more complete roster and were able to finish the job in round 5 after playing some solid defense and winning every offensive round overall on Downfall, going 4-1 to Mayhem. Third map, this would be Cargo, was played fast and loose, with Mayhem taking the opportunity to relax a bit and have some fun, but still taking it seriously. MMR is key if you want to rank up. Eventually, Animal House swayed the match in their favor with the first defensive round win of the series and the second to last round finishing it off on offense. Mayhem gives a massive thanks to Paz and Malno for filling in and becoming part of the team for the day. Player of the day is the team. There were moments of individual excellence, but they were outweighed by the team play. Paz, who, the spot is open for you if you want it, as they say. There was a very even share of kills with all members and reservists contributing to the win. So very exciting to pull in 2 new people and watching them kick ass, so to speak.
It was really great, and honestly, it speaks volumes for Mayhem in general as a team. And I kept
so much
referencing
fun.
it. They are, as we saw in Vivian's interview with them. But I mean, after talking to them and after watching that game, like it's pretty amazing to me. Mayhem, they're really doing their homework. They're really doing their stuff. Like, I think what happened was, and what made that so successful, because they were able to hold off a strong team like Animal House with 2 reservists for the longest part of that match. And that's impressive because, there's always been this kind of more frequent argument lately about, having to play with reservists is bad because you're playing without rostered members. It's going to mess up cohesion. Things aren't going to work. Well, I don't know. Mayhem showed me that you don't need your regular roster to necessarily still be able to be successful and win. There are plenty of individual players out there on the reservist regiment that can fill in the spot. It's not. There are plenty of skilled reservists out there.
Well,
that
it's just when you're used to team cohesion, it can be difficult to swap out team members or to swap out even 2. But it worked out really well here, and I think that shows a lot about how Mayhem plays. I think there are teams that are so used to knowing where everyone is going to be on their team, and then there are teams that can adjust very quickly on a dime. I think you do see that difference between some team plays.
Well, so what I was going to say was that Mayhem, and I'm pretty sure James Bach as the captain of the team, or co-captain of the team, was giving them direction on where they needed to be in the play, where that person on Mayhem would have been during that play, so that they could still rely on that person to be in the spot where they know their other player would be.
So what you're saying is good team communication can deal with the fact that you're just expecting someone to be there. Instead of expecting it, just tell them where to be.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's how you evolve as a team. I like that, man. That's very tactical comms, which is what a military sim is all about, right? Mayhem ultimately win the series 11-6. Moving on to SMC Tactical versus Beginners. As our note from Trip or Buxton, I'm not sure, it says, keep this as it is because it's hilarious. Beginners wrote this, and it says, so that just so you know, Beginners wrote this. So anything awful in here, I've not read this. This is going to be read blind like I always do in the show. Beginners were tragic. SMC, that was their entire response. SMC says, following our 3rd match win streak, we were feeling pretty good coming into this matchup. The team,
you can tell Trip wrote this.
Oh, 100%. Very exciting, fun. The team has been playing very well together, and the new players are meshing well with the old guard. We aren't looking for slowdown anytime soon either. When we rewatched the VOD, someone asked if we got worried when Killager managed to cap us in Tanker, and we all immediately said, nah, no tilt here. Still, though, just Beginners were tragic as a start. Let's get into these clips, man.
All right, well, the first one we need to leave the sound on for, so we're just going to go ahead and let that one roll, and I'll come back to you folks after, okay? Promise.
I'll start it up for you.
In similar advanced positions, they have a bit of a farther back L that they can push themselves into. As a nade does come around the corner, I think it's going to get blocked by that wall, also wasn't far enough.
I got you.
You can hear there a little bit of baiting in the comms. Pwnecake and Trip trying to work together to see if they can force a beginner to inch his way.
All right, so as you heard, Trip and Pwnecake trying to bait out
in front of Trip. He tucks in around the wall.
Fun stuff here with their audio, but doesn't end up working out for them. So we'll go ahead and move it on to our next one, which is going to be Beginners putting up a good defense. Just to have it brought down by SMC, and Pwnecake and Soda are going to be all that SMC needs as they come in and pinch this objective in from both sides. You see Captain Woods getting a nice pick there, then backing out almost immediately. Now him and Pwnecake are going to come in and pinch on the objective. Kev, the last man standing for the Beginners, and luckily for him, he's a bit of a tall feller, so he can see over these boxes. Not something I have the
he almost got picked off for being tall. There
he almost did. Well, he still does. Captain Soda comes in and cleans up.
That was a body shot, though, at least.
SMC take that round. Next, we're going to go on a bit of a grenade tour here. Oh, no, wait. Sorry, we're not to the grenade fest. Good start here, though, for SMC in round 3 as they're going to pick up 3 members of Beginners here in about 60 seconds. You saw the first one come in from Landon, then 2 more coming in from Pwnecake and Triple. And, well, that's all she wrote for that one, folks. Next one, Killinger with an excellent play here. He's going to be bringing the Beginners back from a 3-0 to a 3-2 deficit as he just rushes to the objective and narrowly avoids being seen by Soda. Soda just not quite checking that corner far enough. He goes in and gets the revive on his teammate, and that is enough time, unfortunately, for Killinger to get the cap and again bring them.
My vote's for
3
Tanker
loss.
Hide and Seek for next game mode.
Tanker Hide and Seek, you got it, buddy. Our next one is where we'll start our comparison of grenades. We got 3 clips coming back to back. First one will be from Kev, as he launches one that goes, well, about as far as he can look at it. I don't know. That didn't go anywhere, but it didn't go very far, and it was not very effective. Our next one will come in from Killinger, who typically is kind of our joint tactical air controller, the one calling in the laser designated airstrikes. But just keep kind of an eye on the right side of your screen there, because right now Killinger is off screen at the moment. Here comes the windup and the pitch. The grenade goes over and looks like it almost bounces off the defender's head, but it does manage to down Landon Jordan there on the side. Now the last one is captioned as a bad nade from Trip, but, well, you can see here it's not really a bad nade. I mean, he tried to whip it around the corner, so for it to get as far as it got is impressive enough, but it does also manage to confirm Kev, so not really that bad of a grenade in my book.
Grenades need to be bouncier, man. Or ordering bouncy grenades.
Grenades should be made of rubber balls, but that grenade is just made out of sheer magic as it threads the needle right through the side of the upstairs section of the burning house to find a kill onto Soda inside. Then immediately following that, they're going to push into this burning building objective. They're killing Trip, which, you know, to be fair, we've all wanted to do at one point in time in our life.
Not me. I love Trip.
And Trip and then rushing the objective. But Landon is just going to get back with barely enough time to stop the cap. But really, really close one there. Beginners almost getting their second cap. Then in round 7 in map 2 here, SMC have beginners pinned in a corner after they identify the spawn very early on. Ponecake then comes into the tank courtyard and downs 2 members of the beginners, giving SMC a 2-man advantage.
And now?
Yep. Oh, and then he's going to find more and more. Ponecake is just on fire. Now in our next clip here, Killinger's the last man standing in this round. Mr. Beefy, you can see up on the roof, Killinger's going to be a bit frantic. I mean, looking for his grenade. He dropped his grenade. He doesn't know where he's making sure he's not going to get shot in the butt.
Oh, got picked off as the grenade goes way up in the air, man.
Unfortunate. Then Trip. No, round 1 of map 3, beginners decide to play like, well, not like beginners. And it is going to end up managing to get them the first round here in less than 30 seconds. So we're just going to go ahead and watch this entire round since it happens well so quickly. You can see Icy Woods has already picked up a couple. He hasn't noticed Mr. Beefy's gotten around him just yet. And now the beginners are on the flank. 2 members of SMC have already gone down. Kev going to find Mr. Beefy now. That's the flanker who managed to get around in lane 1. Now lane 4 is getting pressed. You got the defender. It looks like Dr. Killinger. No, Icy Woods to find Captain Soda on the backside. Dr. Killinger going to rotate out to find Triple Nipple, and Triple is the last one to die on his team. Next will be Trip saving round 4 as he picks up Killinger and Smoils in a quick 1-2, as they call it. Killinger and Smoils, of course, dominating threats of the beginners roster. Smoils, everyone's fun personal meme and meme artist. Meme artisan. Memesterson. Yeah. Anyways, Trip's gonna save the day. Memista. Yeah, he's a memista. He works for meme. He works for Meme Bucks.
Memster's got to be an old social media thing. It's got to be.
It's like Napster for memes.
Exactly. SMC Tactical win this series 10-9. I don't feel like that's a tragic scoreline according to beginners. I know beginners expected to win, but I do believe that the change-ups to SMC Tactical's lineup at the beginning of the season, which were covered by our conspiracy theorists, have actually ultimately proven to make the team much stronger. It's a very great, tight team now. Even when they're playing with their bench, their reservists, they still continue to come out strong, and it's very nice to see SMC Tactical being able to step it up this year.
Yeah, I mean they've definitely made big improvements over last year, or over last season, I guess I should say. They're strong in VR League. Don't get me wrong; they were performing well over there for a bit, and but I think they just had a rough season last season. And I don't think they were very happy about having to listen to us talk about how
But
they
the
were not.
trajectory is going up now. Like that's
Well,
what I like to see.
I understand. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so got to
I
talk
just
about
don't think
now. And now they made some changes. Some changes. The conspiracy guy thought something was going on. He didn't know what was up with that. We saw some people changing off of teams that we thought this is kind of weird, but SMC's making some changes, and it's paying off week over week. They are coming out strong, much to the chagrin of the beginners. Now, moving on. Vivian sits down with the guys from Fury in this week's episode of The Buzz, an informal chat with players in the league. It's another version of the League General channel in the Onward Discord, where the conversation is about League, but derails quickly off topic as it does. We want to sit down for an interview. Get in touch with Vivian or any of us at V Respawn. Here's a taste.
You have to kill one of them. Who would you kill?
Bald-headed, because he's so verbally vile.
Marry one, fuck one, kill one.
Okay, and who would you marry? Marry, kill.
If I had to marry one, if I had to pick one and I had to marry him, it would be Crimson.
Oh,
Yeah. Guy. He's the coolest guy.
Oh, thanks, man.
Crimson, do you accept? Wait. I want to know what everyone. Who else would y'all marry?
Honor.
Crimson, I think, is a good choice. What do you think?
I don't know, man. I kind of like grimy dudes, so bald-headed maybe.
Oh, Sleepy, I'm loving this stuff. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at how this affects the standings.
Absolutely none. No, I'm just kidding. A lot of picks.
I think you're just upset because Global Tem, that's their new name, Global Temperate. There you go. They were in second place for a little while, and you were hoping to see them hold on to that for a little bit longer. But beginners, as you just saw, lost to SMC Tactical. SMC Tactical not able to quite capture second place from beginners, but we're able to pull them back down to second place at the very least. The next week, I don't know who SMC Tactical is going to play, but it may show that SMC Tactical might have a chance to climb up a little bit, although the next week is also going to be OC6, so who knows where it's going to go from there. Your boys Danglers holding on to fourth as expected. Vikings still holding on to fifth. The G-Men getting that sixth place. Space Force just running up the number of games. So many challenge games. Space Force holding on to 7. Animal House, actually, I believe they were at 9 earlier, and now they're at 8. I don't know, but they spent so much of the season at 11, so it's good to see them at 8.
No, they actually jumped up to 4th or 5th there for a minute.
Oh, we didn't get to see
their win
it.
over Globo. Yeah, well, yeah, after their win on Globo, and then I think they played 2 more challenges, or they got really aggressive with their scheduling in the next week and took a couple of losses, I think.
The key is that you need to aim for having the highest MMR by the time we film this. Mayhem down at 10. I think they were up a little bit higher before, and Blaze holding on to 11. So there's still plenty of season left, so we have to see where the standings end up, and obviously then once we get to the finals, talking about that. But that is what we're going to talk about with the league. But we do have some more to talk about OC6. For those of you that will be going, there's going to be a lot of people from Onward, as well as the Echo community out there. A whole bunch of streamers, content creators. I think with people in V Respawn jerseys alone is going to be 30-odd people. We're going to be out there having a good time. You and Vivian are going to be broadcasting for FXG, is it? You're going to be doing a live cast of what is it in general? Tell us a little bit about that.
So it's going to be an event that features a lot of XR and MR more so than VR. So it's not necessarily going to be in my main wheelhouse, especially as someone who does esports commentary. But yeah, they've asked us to come by. I guess they're a big fan of Vivian already, and I don't know. I guess maybe she's put me on or talked me up or something. I don't know. She's really good about making me sound better. She's really good about making me sound better.
Y'all will,
than
at the
I am.
very least, not look awkward in chairs next to each other.
No, that's very true. It won't be a me and Potter situation though. Though Potter, I know you'll never see this or ever watch this video, but I got nothing for love for you, girl. You keep on being tall. You keep on being tall, and I'll just keep on being embarrassingly short and having
it's not
those awkward
embarrassing when you have
conversations.
Vivian and Trip next to you. Y'all are normal sized people.
No, it's embarrassing when you're in the studio and the director comes in and he says, "Can you stand up, please?" And I look at him and I'm like, "I am standing up." She's also standing up. That's why it looks this way.
Oh, that is always terrible when somebody asks you to stand up and you are standing. Oh, that's not fun. But what will be fun is this event at OC6. You guys are going to wing it on the commentary. You're going to have yourselves a good time. So be sure to check the event listings for that if you're coming out to OC6. Also, we're having a little contest for this little bag right here. Those of you, whoever leaves the best comment in one of our videos leading up to OC6 or hits us up on Twitter by tagging both me, Sleepy, and at VRespawn. We're going to pick out one of the best comments on any of those things leading up to OC6, and we will award you this bag. If you're at OC6, we'll give it to you, and we'll make sure that you get into the after party. If you're not at OC6, then I'll just mail it to you. Either case, jump in those. And anybody can win it. So, like, Sleepy wants to leave a comment, Vivian wants to leave a comment, and you guys aren't going to do it. Well, I just got to pick the best one. It is what it is. I know Cutie Pop has already said that he wants it, so he's been tagging us repeatedly on Twitter. Well, that is it for us today. Thanks to all our players and viewers for supporting the show. Show us some love in the comments to get a conversation going, as this helps the show rank up and get more exposure to those who don't know about the league.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, keep those clips coming, folks. Of course, even if your match goes uncasted, you can always send us in first-person point of view clips from your own personal streams. We can always try and stitch those together the best we can. But do make sure and frame the action for us, please, because that's always easy.
Yeah, got to actually look at it. Yeah. We've had a few of those. 100%. And we've added the ability to download YouTube clips, so that also works as well, as long as they're within like a reasonable size. You don't want to be like, hey, here's like an 18-minute clip and the action happens at like 17 minutes in. It's like, don't do that to us. But moving on. Again, I am Poonanners, joined by VRML mod, caster, and former dangler Sleepy.
That's right, and the show is brought to you by VRespawn.com, your one and only source for VR esports news. So be sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you know when our next video goes live, and follow us on Twitter and all the other socials so you can stay up to date on what we're doing. So especially lately, make sure you follow that soon, because we're going to be tweeting a lot about stuff going on at OC6. So follow that to make sure you know where we are, who we're talking with, and to join in on the big group photos and fun activities that we have planned in the upcoming weeks.
That's right. We have branched out to social coverage by partnering with The Hive. So we're going to be covering basically all of VR, but in community focus. It's not going to be just games that are coming out, but the people that are developing the games, the communities that form around those games, the competitive events that form around those games. We're going to be capturing it all and bringing it to you guys so you can get involved. It looks like something that's fun for you. You can go and meet your people. I mean, that's what it is all about for us here at VRespawn. This episode was written by Buxton and Shrip with the help of all of our team captains. All praise unto both of them who suffered at their keyboards so that we didn't have to. This time around, Vivian was our fearless and outstanding director. Sleepy, give us the last word, man.
All right, well, thanks again for tuning in, everyone. And, next week we might not have a show for you. We might be able to work something out special from the road at OC6.
That seems like a lot of work.
But probably not. So tune in a couple weeks as we come back and bring you the recent happenings in the Onward VR match.
Don't forget to check the full video interview at the description below, and we'll have it linked up here in a minute, just right after this.
Yeah, check it out. Anyway.